Hey, welcome into this Entre Nation Elite review. I'm Michael, and I'm going to be uncovering everything you need to know about this tight-knit community, whether it is worth your time and money, the pros and cons, alternatives, and so much more you need to know so you can finally move forward with your online digital business. But before I get started, if this is the first time you're watching me, I do come out with videos like this. I have other videos on Entre. So if you want to know more about those, I'll leave them down below in the description. Things like the Entre Blueprint, the training courses, the different types, pros and cons as well, and so much more. So if you want to visit that after, you can go ahead and do so. So let's go ahead and move forward. What you're seeing here on the screen is the access inside of Entre Nation Elite. Now, before I show you everything, I just want to say that this is going to be this tight-knit community, as I've said, that is going to increase your accountability. Okay, and it's going to also increase your performance. You're going to hold yourself to a higher standard above all. That's what this is created for. Okay, this is what Jeff Lerner created so you can move much faster in your business without having to worry about making so many mistakes, going through so many failures, and literally just seeing what other people are doing, other people before you who have proven to go through the process and have made a lot of money doing this, myself included. I'm doing this full-time online. I wouldn't be making this review unless it were otherwise. I wasn't making any. Okay, I want to be as transparent with you. That's why I'm going to say that up front. Now, that's what it is for. That's what it's going to help you do. Now let's move forward with this. So it's a derivative of the Entre Nation group. If you are familiar with them, that is the free group as a bonus you get with the Entre Blueprint. And that's where you can collaborate, get help with the community so you don't have to feel like you're some kind of a lone wolf. And then the Entre Nation Elite is like a boost, right? It gives you like this extra superpower when you go in, because you're going to get help from people who are very serious about growing their digital business, whether that's in the agency, affiliate marketing, or course creation. You're going to get all these people in there who are asking the right questions, getting the right answers to the hardest questions, because these people are serious, like myself, right? And this is for somebody who is wanting to move forward. If you're not that person, if you're somebody who wants cheap, who doesn't really care about fast tracking their results or seeing what other people are doing so you can reduce the amount of mistakes you make and save yourself a lot more money, then maybe this isn't for you. But let's keep going on. So I also have this review. I'll leave this in the description so you can also see the blog post version. But here I talk about it a little bit about what I just mentioned. It's really the second level up after the Entre Nation community, where you get a members-only training group within Entre Nation, where founder Jeff Lerner, along with his team of expert advisors and Rolodex of 7 to 10 figure plus business owners, will effectively train you on how to build an elite level business to create the freedom, flexibility, and quality of life that you are in search for. As myself, as I was in the very beginning, right? I get it. You're looking for something that's going to help you move forward, that's going to show you the roadmap per se on how to shortcuts or how to limit the amount of mistakes and failures you can go through and expedite the process. And this is the way to do it. Okay, and one other thing too, I do apologize if you're seeing too much light coming in. I am making this video from my brother's house, my younger brother, because he is out right now out of the state. So I had to be here to take care of his dog, look after him. So I thought about making this video here, and they don't have the blind for that. Okay, so do apologize for that. Let's keep moving forward. So this exclusive training group focuses on building asset-based digital and or physical business where freedom is as much part of the business model as the profits are. So you're probably thinking, why Entre Nation Elite above what I just said? So Jeff is an elite online business owner who has built and scaled multiple businesses and companies to 8 figures. And each month, Jeff, along with his team of 7 to 10 figure earners, take the elite members through in an in-depth 4-week program focused on one specific aspect of their business. To put it shortly, you're learning from somebody who went over from $400,000 in depth to making over $40 million. That number has only been increasing ever since. Okay, so that is going to be in here where networking occurs, joint ventures, partnerships occur, trainings take place. All right, so now let's go a little bit deeper, and I'll show you the Facebook group in just a moment. But you can see the description here if you haven't already. Maybe you have. Starting with the principle that before it can be enjoyed, an awesome life has to be paid for. The training focuses on building asset-based digital businesses. Every Entre Nation Elite member is part of the Entre Nation Elite Facebook group where elite networking occurs, joint ventures and partnerships are born, and an all elite training occurs, as I just mentioned. Okay, so this is something to be taken very serious. So here's what's included in the Entre Nation Elite live one-day virtual workshops that kick off every single month. The workshops are then followed by the Elite office hours, so you can get your most important questions answered and remove obstacles no matter what. A special Elite critique session to review your project and get your project ready to launch to the public and to your audience. Monthly, what is working right now? This is as in today, okay, what's happening in your market, every market. These workshops that are given in under the hood visibility into what is going on in Jeff's businesses, so you can use that to your advantage and apply it in your own, right? Go ahead and go out there and model it, so you don't have to feel like I'm going to go piece together content from YouTube, blog posts. I know that feeling. I've been through that. I get the pain and frustration you're going through. If maybe you're going through it or you're past that, but you're stuck. I was in the same position. Where do I go after the Entre Nation Facebook group? Like, I was trying to go to the next level, but this was what I needed to do. So I stopped having to look for other free material that it just kept taking me another way. I needed a proven path, focus on one thing, and this is it. Rinse and repeat every month. Mastermind with fellow elite members and the Entre team via the private elite members only Facebook group. Focus training combined with group coaching and masterminding, so stuff actually gets done, right? You're not just stuck in the knowledge side of things. Tap it into a high-level network of founders and executives, all aligned to the exact same goals and on the exact same journey as you. The latest tips and tricks along with the advice and feedback to know you're executing the right way for the very first time. All the benefits that come with Entre Nation, plus a smaller tight-knit community within a community with increased accountability and, as I said, higher performance standards. Here's a little close look at that. Let me show you now inside of this. As we started in the beginning, you're going to see the Elite Live Training Archive button in green there, but we'll go past that and come back to it in a moment. So step one would be for you, once you get access inside, would be join our Entre Nation and Elite, Entre Nation Elite Facebook communities if you haven't joined those already. Okay, you're gonna have to answer some questions just so they know you purchased the product. You didn't just say, hey, let me join the Entre Nation Elite group without having to actually have access to it. And I'll go through the costs on that in a moment, so stick with me. So there will be little links to those you can go and get access through. Step number 2, add our weekly trainings to your calendar. So this is one of the very special things that I love about the Entre Nation Elite group. And you always want to get access to what is working today. How can you get help in real time, not just recorded webinars, right? You want to be there getting help. And I've been around many of these types of memberships or these type of group sessions where they are very helpful. Sometimes you need more of a one-on-one. You need somebody to talk to you directly. This is what it's going to be, right? When you really get a sense of how real this is, you take your business more serious and you start growing it and scaling it, not just building it. You don't get stuck in that, because I did for a long time. You don't want to continue to be there. Right, so we could just click a button here and it'll open up a new window where you could register for that webinar that's coming up. And every Thursday, again, at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, they host. So make sure to register for that. And if you ever do miss a live training, don't worry. The archives are there for you. All the trainings are inside the Entre Nation Elite Facebook groups. You can directly get them through there. Okay, so now let me go to the webinar registration. So it'll be something simple as this. It'll show you the times, topics, and then you can just register for that specific one, information, register, and you're good to go. Step 3, access the Entre Nation Elite Training Archive. So we'll go through that right now. You can click here to access it so you can begin learning the skills that you need to build, grow, and scale your business. The training archive is constantly growing and evolving. So keep an eye out for new trainings being added back there every week. And they're not kidding. you're going to see right now. But step number 4 would be just to subscribe on the social media for free training, all these different ones like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. 5, access the Entre Blueprint training. If you haven't already, you can get access through it from right there. So let's now go into the Elite Training Archives. And let me know too, before I keep moving forward in the comments section, have you tried to build, grow, and scale your business and it hasn't worked? What have you tried, if anything? Have you been in an elite group like this before in the past? Have you had one-on-one mentorship? Maybe you've been abandoned, because I felt that in the very beginning as well. Let me know in the comment section what you're really looking forward to so I can actually point you in the right direction. I try to be as unbiased and transparent as possible. I've been doing this full time with affiliate marketing, digital agency. I've done my own courses, so I can give you one of the best perspectives there is on this. Been doing it full time again for quite some time. Okay, so it says what you will learn in this course. You can start up here, but if we see an overview, we can see that there's so much. So one of your coaches and mentors is going to be Dan Martin. And if we go through this post here, I'll show you the Facebook group in a moment. So I have a picture here of Dan, who's on the left, and Jeff is on the right. You can see a little snippet there of a live video. Here's Dan in a clearer picture, your Entre coach. And there's a little bit about the Entre Nation Elite that we haven't already covered. Covered about who this group is in for. Okay, I'll go over that in a moment, but I really want to go over these live training series. So Q&As, we get landing pages that open wallets. So these are E&E, live training sessions, and it goes on and on. Number 2, branding. Jeff Lerner is the instructor of this. He's going to go through the branding component, personal development, lead generation, sales. Okay, those brought to you by Jeff Lerner. So if we go to start, so it'll have a similar look and feel to the Awesome Life Challenge. If you have the Entre Blueprint, and you'll have access to that bonus of the Awesome Life Challenge, the sort of layout and format is the same, but the content is different. Okay, if you were looking at this and you're like, oh, that's familiar to the Awesome Life Challenge. Style, organization. Okay, and again, and if you haven't had your hands on the Entre Blueprint, I would make sure you go through that first, because you can actually get the Entre Nation Elite for much cheaper, and I'll show you kind of the pricing on all this in a moment. But if you haven't had a look at the Entre Blueprint, I do a full video review on that. I go in depth, everything showing you the inside out, the expectations thereafter, and the courses and all that. So look below in the description to check that out if you haven't already. Okay, so here it is, April 1st, 2021, Q&A with Dan Martin. And these are lengthy videos. This is 1 hour and 7 minutes you can register for and be able to get in the lives and see these. Okay, and there's more Q&As, landing pages that open wallets. Right, and there's a button down there that says I have completed this lesson, so you can move forward. And what are people saying underneath these videos? Many wonderful tidbits, chock full of important information. Thanks, guys, by Loretta. Michelle, I think I pronounced that right, Michelle. This is a great video to listen to and paint art on your iPad. Rob here. This video could stand to be edited for the first video in the Elite section. They would want a little bit of editing. So you can see it goes both ways. I mean, yeah, there's a lot more pros to this and there are cons. That's just part of the editing process that they wanted before it was probably uploaded. So Diva, less is always more, less is effortless, and effortless is great. Gabriela Coco said, once you've dressed and before you leave the house, look in the mirror and take at least one thing off. I like the interesting ways you came about the facts for tested color, etc. Thank you, Diva. Okay, so you can see people are commenting on this. There's part of it. That's a great video as well. Facebook groups, a party wanting to happen, how to use Facebook groups to grow your business, entrepreneur versus entrepreneurship, Elite webinar, the anatomy of your message and offer, want more leads, tell better stories, quick and easy email marketing hacks for 2021, and that will only get better as time goes on in years. Remarketing, the final frontier, leading with more value by creating content that's better, Aweber secrets, your email autoresponder, Q&As, how to change your sleeping habits to supercharge your business. The list goes on, right? I can be here for a while going through this, right? Just imagine getting access to all this at your fingertips, right? It'll take you some time to go through them. You may not be able to go through them all in one day unless you're some superhuman being who can kind of go through them. You're going to want to take the time to go through the archived ones, show up at the lives. And once you see what they're showing you that's very exclusive, that people in the Entre Nation and group by themselves or any other place is not getting, but you are, you're going to feel so much more happier, and you're going to be able to see your vision much more clearly now, because you're like, okay, I didn't know this before, but now that I knew how to put, like, for example, this landing page together with these texts, symbols, description, offers, stories, headlines, now I know how to turn around and go do that for my own business and whatever niche you are in. And you're going to take so much more action and feel so much more prideful doing it. And those results will start showing not only in monetary, but in your confidence again, your certainty, feeling better. And then that's when the results monetary will start to come. And you're really going to start looking at this as like, whoa, this is really possible for an average person like myself. And, I started like that. I wasn't somebody who was born in a family of entrepreneurs, business owners. I went to school, university, community college, 3.5 years of schooling done. I could have gone back, but I decided to go into work, was a Division I soccer athlete. And then after so many different companies, I decided it was time for me to see if I can go back and get more certifications. I already have a lot, but I wanted a different route, one where I can work from home, have more flexibility to be able to do this, but be able to do this with accelerating my results. And something like Entre Institute and the Entre Nation Elite, as well with the other courses, was able to do that for me. So as you can see, that's all in here. We'll go into another section, the branding. Yeah, now, so I don't want to go too far and take away from the video and be on a tangent. I may be going over a little bit of my backstory in the end of this video, but let's continue moving. So little things that set your brand apart in a big way. Here's Jeff going through them, using words to drive action, copywriting for the internet, basic story marketing, branding, and Facebook. And there's just so much. Okay, let's just cover one video from each section so we could get moving forward. I want to get to the Facebook group here. The beauty of being boring, lead generation. It's taking a second to load. Weekly training videos underneath the lead generation section coming soon. Okay, and then the sales section here. And that's going to be in the Entre Nation Facebook group page. And then the language of selling, there's another video, 32 minutes worth. So it's well in depth, right? So that's very positive on this. So you don't have to feel like you're just getting some mumbo jumbo theory, fluff based content, because I know a lot of us do. I did that. I got that from the very beginning with other courses that I was a part of. And, I requested refund, or they didn't have a refund policy on this. But I'm really looking for the best. I know you are as well. That's why you're here watching this video. But you can see there's so much value in it. What other people are saying in the Facebook groups. I just joined Entre Nation Elite and I couldn't be more fired up. I have had a fantastic experience thus far with all the wonderful information that Jeff has shared. I'm now looking forward to my implementation bootcamp and really diving into my new life. Let's do this. Jacob, hi everyone. Just wanted to have been working on my 3 Ps, also going through the Entre Nation Elite training video archive, learning a whole lot here. Very glad I made it here. Rich, greetings, Entre Nation, new member here. Looking forward to all the training community and life lessons. I'm definitely enjoying the blueprint and the elite live training thus far. I'm ready to build a strong foundation and successful online business for myself to create the awesome life I envision with excellence. Step 2, now that I have found Entre, I am challenging my beliefs about not being able to create a lucrative online business for myself. As a result, now I've been able to take strategic steps with great power of belief that I can have prosperity in all areas of my life, physical, personal, professional. Also, Jeff's pretty awesome. There's so many more here. Look at that. Different trainings on TikTok, how to move forward with one of the fastest growing platforms. The Facebook group, again, it's inside here, 3.9K members. It's only growing every single day. You can see current posts. It's not outdated. There's Dan Martin posting again, your coach. And everybody's contributing, answering, commenting, helping one another out, lift each other up. So you don't have to go through this process all alone. Again, feeling like a lone wolf, going out there in the field, making mistakes. It kind of feels like if you went to your first job or a job and you didn't have somebody who trained you, you were like, hey, this is how you do it. Go and take care of it. I maybe have the skills, but I don't have training. And so you feel like you're left alone and you don't want that. And so that's the unfair advantage you're going to get with the Entre Nation Elite and be able to say to yourself, look, this can work for me. I don't have to feel like I'm stuck. I can move forward. And once I get all this training, I can act faster and be able to generate the results that I want in all areas of my life. And that's what's the difference between this and anything else. Okay. So the Entre Nation Elite, how much does it cost? The original retail price membership is normally $1,164 per year, but you can get it at $297, but you have a few options. You can pay the full $297 up front, or two payments of $147, one payment each month, or the $175 for lifetime access when you get it as an upsell for the Entre Blueprint. And what I recommend is if you haven't gone through the Entre Blueprint, you get it as an upsell on that because you're going to get it much cheaper, that $175 price, if it hasn't changed. Okay. Even if it has, it's still worth get into. You're going to get access to people. I'm going to be able to help you out as well. I've been doing this again full time. I can help you. I'm going to be a mentor to you all day, every single day. Well, you're going to be hearing from me when you can through emails, not like I'll be live every day, but I'll be there when I can to be able to help you. So who's Entre Nation Elite for? It's for people who want a higher level of an awesome life while getting increased accountability combined with higher performance standards. So you can get the latest and greatest information and help, bar none. Here's more on that. People who want to know what's working today so you can stay on top of your niche and industry so you don't fall behind and feel like giving up on what's not giving you results. Beginners, intermediates, and experts who want an enhanced weekly live training and Q&A sessions so you can get immediate help and move along forward with your business in a positive mindset. It's all up here, right? Getting the knowledge up here, but knowing what to do in your business to move forward. Those who want to mastermind with fellow elite members and the Entre Nation Elite team and get ideas to bounce off one another and add to your own business. You want group coaching and masterminding that's focused, which means you'll actually get stuff done. People who want to tap into the 7 plus 10 figure earners to a more intimate level so you can get a higher, better insight into what other people are doing, okay, and more. Who's it not for? Tire kickers, people who are not really serious about growing their business, lazy people, push button seekers, alternatives. I'm looking to improve that section a little bit there, but there are really no close alternatives. I'm not saying this to be biased. Again, there is one other one, which would be like the Legendary Marketers Club, which is part of the Legendary Marketer Education. But I think with Entre Nation Elite, that is superior and it's amazing for what it has so many things that it unlocks for you, not just the archives, but the access to the group, the access to different tiers, the things that you can do in them, pretty amazing things. What did I like most about Entre Nation Elite? There's so much to like. The unparalleled support you're going to get in once you're inside there, the help from those experts like no other. There's really nothing that I like least. Maybe more posting in the Facebook group. But really that's nothing. When you have the courses with you as well, that's going to give you a higher level. So final thoughts and next level steps. So that's pretty much everything I have for you in this review. And I'm just going to leave you with just a few ending notes. I covered everything you needed to. I showed you the access points, the inside of the course, some of my review there, the description, the Facebook group, kind of the upsells you get when you go through them. Okay. And people are like, well, if I get the blueprint and I get upsold to it, why? It's part of business and it's part of your own good so you can move forward. You don't have to feel stuck. Okay. So no, I remember like when I was doing all this in the very beginning, and the problem that I kept seeing when I finally was able to advance a little bit was people were just consuming all this free content, like I said in the beginning with YouTube, blogs. They just were stuck because they didn't want to pay for something that was higher. Those masterminds, those elite levels, they wanted what was at the very bottom, what everybody else is doing. They're like, well, I can go find the information on YouTube. It's all there. Not all of it. You get A and Z, not everything between that. And you will get chunks. And you'll watch a video from one person because that person has it, and then the next person won't have that. So you have to go back to this person. You're dispersed all over the place. And instead of being continuous, you go on a tangent and you become discontinuous. So this is what Entre Nation Elite is going to do for you. It's going to fast track your progress. But the problem, though, that when you just continue to consume all the free content is that you just get left behind in your business and you don't advance. I was at a point where I was maybe earning money, but I wasn't moving to my financial goals. I was stuck in this barometer where I'm like in the middle, where I'm just being average, doing the same average results, getting the same average things in return. And even when I thought I amplified, I was still in the same place. And I get the feeling, I know what it is like to feel like, okay, well, nobody wants to help me. Well, you have to learn how to help yourself first. If you just continue looking for information that's free, it's not going to really benefit you. Really won't. And so I know that feeling of like committing and feeling like, oh my God, I just spent money and now I'm in it for the long term. But believe me, it is going to be a huge payoff, not only monetary, but in your mentality, physicality, and everything that you have spiritually. I've improved in so many areas from somebody who was in the education and work system to doing digital stuff. It's still very mind-blowing. And I do blogging. That's where I began. And it's still like, I look at that, I'm like, I'm not a blogger. I don't identify as one, but I am. And it's like, it's scary to think that I would have come from that, a Hispanic, a Latino, going through that. But that's the reality, and that's what can help you move forward in your business when you have the Entre Nation Elite. Okay, so that's everything from me in this video. If you want to get access to the Entre Nation Elite, go ahead and look for it in your dashboard if you already have access to the Entre Blueprint, some of the other things, some of the other courses. But if you don't, and if you want to get access to this, look down below. I'll leave a link to it in the description, likely to the Entre Blueprint. You can get access to that first and then get into the Entre Nation Elite. If you can that way, there might be an alone link to the Entre Nation Elite. If not, again, the Entre Blueprint, look at that video if you haven't already, but commit. It'll be one of the best decisions you've ever made. And there's so much knowledge you can take action on. Okay, so that's everything from me. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell notification icon if you haven't already. And leave me a comment if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. I'd be more than happy to hear from you. Okay? Thank you.